Okay, you guys, I'm gonna keep this, I'm gonna try to breeze through this because there's a lot of points I want to talk about. First of all, Shreya, you need to hit the publish button. I know you know this, but it was just on private, the video, so I almost didn't even see it. I had to go into the videos and then set the viewing changes to like normal, not as view as subscriber, which is actually the default, but whatever. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. Okay, so to jump into it, Alex, I totally get the idea, the mentality of if it's not perfect, then like just break everything, like just stop everything mentality. I fucking deal with that shit all the time, and I'm trying to get better. It just takes a lot of time, I think, because it's very subconscious. But yeah, I also get the whole idea of falling back on a default. I mean, that's kind of the really enthusiastic type. For me, when I don't really know what the fuck's happening, I default to that. And for you it might be something else, but yeah, totally get that. Also, I really like your point about that it has more to do with people that I hang out with, and how they respond to my enthusiasm, and how that makes me then feel. So I think it's a lot of it. Yeah, I agree, it's not much of my shortcoming. It's more so that the people I'm with handle it badly, but then and I react bad to that as well. So that's where I could get better, but then there's a lot of other things right now that I should get better at. And I think to get better at that, it's like a long-term thing. It's a subconscious thing. So it's like, maybe it's not. Maybe I could get better really fast, but right now it's just really not that big of a deal. In the end, I realized today when I was at the beach with everybody, with some of my friends, and I met some new people there too. I was really well respected, even though I was quite enthusiastic about stuff, and I was I was actually really enthusiastic because we were at the really beautiful beach and it was awesome, and saw the sunset, and my God, it was great. And so yeah, definitely feel like those people, they didn't judge me at all for that, and that felt great. I felt like I could just be myself and have a good time, and that's what it's all about. Like even when the sun was setting, I like to like kind of lie upside down. And like move my head like that, and it looks really weird. Nobody was giving me shit or judging me for that. It was like, what the fuck are you doing? So yeah, it was really great. Actually, it was really cool because I covered my ears while I was lying in the sand, trying to see the sunset upside down, like by the ocean. And then I covered my ears because I just wanted to know what it's like to be quiet. And then because like the waves as they hit the beach make a sound, and the sound goes through the sand, and then my head was on the sand, and then I could hear like very inherently in just hear the sound of the waves in a very different way, and like it was. And everything else was quiet, just the sound of the waves. That was surreal. That was incredible. That was beautiful. It was a great day for me. So to continue on with my comments about your whatever you were talking about, Alex. I also like discrete endings. I don't like when a conversation just kind of fades out. I like it when it's just like, okay, so that, yeah, I gotta go. See you some other time. I like that. That's pretty nice. I also, I think essentially what it comes down to is I think you're a bit more scared about being too pushy to meet somebody because you don't want to waste anybody's time. And I totally get that as somebody who's really almost greedy with my time. Like I don't when I spend time with somebody else, then I want it to be worth it. I want to have the highest value of it that I can, and so I tend to be pretty so I tend to want to make the best of my time, and then if somebody kind of just takes my time away or is annoying or bothering me, I get very impatient with that. And that's also like a segue into your question, right? I think I'm definitely more of an impatient person rather than a patient person, because I like to get things done and I like to be efficient with my day. But oftentimes there's also times where I feel like Zen, where I feel like I'm Buddha himself, just everything is chill, that kind of thing. That's really, I totally get both sides. I need to be more patient though, definitely. But yeah, what I was trying to say though, with the whole being too pushy about meeting somebody, it's really interesting that my study abroad in Hong Kong here has really shown me that I can be a little bit more pushy, because people here are so incredibly pushy that like the difference between how pushy I am and how pushy they are is so big that I can go a little bit towards that way, and not even for my own standards really be too pushy, but still kind of try to figure out more of what a person's really trying to do, and kind of feel what the conversation is about, and so on and so forth. I think you feel me. Okay, so Shreya, again, Don't put it on private. Put it on public. Well, we won't see it. Because the default YouTube settings. Okay, so, but yeah, you're saying that you talk really slowly in your videos. I think that's true, but I think that, like, it's really hard if you don't have everything planned out to say, to, like, talk fast. So it's really interesting. And you did say in the beginning, like, before you had the first video, you're like, I think I'm gonna take a really short time with it, like, finish it in, like, 3 minutes or some shit. And I told you it's not, there's no way that you're gonna do that. I see, like, time flies by really fast when you talk. Because your mind's active and so on. It's cool. But yeah, I actually watch both of your videos and Alex's videos at 1.25 speed, because I can get the whole content with that speed, and I can save more time. Efficiency. So that's kind of what I do. But I guess sometimes at both points I have to replay, you know, whatever you said. So, I don't know. I like 1.25 speed. And yeah, Shreya, you're right. In your culture, it definitely seems to be a really, I mean, now that I know your parents and stuff, it's just really like your parents do not let you go until you have a job yourself. You're gonna be, you know, their baby until you have your own job, and that's pretty interesting. And so I definitely see how your culture is different in that way. And I'm gonna answer your question in a second. I just want to quickly comment on the fact that I really love your goal. I think you've never really said it like that, that you want to make medicine for the poor, because you believe that it shouldn't matter where you're born into, that you like the kind of healthcare you get access to. You said it in a better way, of course, but I think you understand what I'm hinting at here. I think that's really good. I think when you're defining a goal, you definitely want to make it as clear as possible, and I'm not perfect at that either, so I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just trying to, and as a person that loves you, just kind of say, I think the goal could be a bit more precise, because just saying that you want to make medicine to the poor, it's like, you know, that's a great ambition. It shows great ethics, and shows that you're a really good person. But maybe exactly like what type of medicine and stuff like that. And I know you probably don't really know this yet, and you just kind of trying to figure out your direction. But just a thought to get out there, because if your goal is to make some money, or if you talk to somebody with the goal of making money, they can give you a cent and then say, okay, you've met your goal, now piss off, you know. So if your goal is to make $100 talking to this person or making a deal or something, then that's ultimately what you can get. But if you just kind of generally ask for what you want, then you typically get a pretty low value of what you could actually achieve. Well, okay. So regarding your question, Shreya, and actually before that, I drew a very shitty diagram. Okay, I hope that this is not a reversed way. This ABC, these are people. So let's say person A. So in the person A makes a video and asks, person B answers, and then the next one, person C answers, and then also asks the next question. Okay, and then A answers, B answers, and that's the next question. Then C answers, and then A is back to answering, and then asking is back to asking, and so on and so forth. So it kind of like offsets every time and then goes in a loop. I hope that this makes sense. So what was going on in the last few videos was that I asked a question, then Alex answered it, and well, because I think you didn't reply to it in time, Alex already asked me a question back, but yeah, I don't fucking know actually. Maybe it was Alex asked a question, then I asked a question, and now it's your turn. I don't know. Anyways, it's supposed to be your turn, I think. So let's just take your question for it being like that culture is that how it is for our culture, how much your family babysits you essentially. And I don't really know culture wise. I feel like it's more family specific. Like I don't really understand the whole idea of culture in that way, because it's not like, oh, I have German culture. It's like it's not a very defined thing, I think, German culture. Yeah. So for me, I definitely just feel like, yeah, my parents take care of me, but like they will assist me like no matter what's happening, if they can, of course. And when they're sick or when they get old and they need help and somebody to be by them, then that's when it's my time to, you know, help them, of course, and be with them and so on. So yeah, I don't think there's much more to it. But yeah, Alex, I think you should ask the question too. So essentially, we could have a very set in stone like order in terms of answering and asking questions based on the diagram I was just showing, because I think that's like, it's really simple. It's just, you just offset it by 1 every time. But yeah, if it doesn't really work out in an order, like we really don't have to have a set order. It's just answer and ask questions. This is supposed to be more of a conversation, right? This is not like, in a conversation you don't plan out who's going to ask a question. It's more of like, if nobody else has anything to say, we need to some way to keep the conversation going. And if that is the case, then ask a question. That's kind of how I see it. I don't think it's that complex, but I guess, I don't know. We just need to make sure we have a conversation. That's all. It doesn't really matter how. I have proposed a solution. This was my idea all along. It's really not that complicated. So I hope you can get it this time. All right. Yeah, not trying to be condescending, although that sounded really condescending. I was just trying to make a joke. Okay, whatever. Have a good day or night, you guys. See you tomorrow.